Fearless Friday Underground. Here we go. Week 2 of the playoffs. I think we saw some trends this past week, and I think the road teams actually won a lot more than a lot of us anticipated.
Oh, I watched that. I saw that, and I thought, wow.
I think there was, what, about 13 14?
14 road
yeah,
victories.
roadies. And there was a couple in there that was like, oh, okay, yeah, was kind of expected. But there was a couple that were like, oh.
I was quite surprised. I thought, generally speaking, if you look in the past, is the home teams do pretty good in the first round.
Yeah.
And then the second round, that's when the roadies start winning.
Yeah.
Now, hey, congratulations. Road teams did very well last week.
Yeah, considering all things, we even had a 5 over a 1. How about that? So we'll
that
get.
One, if you're talking about the 6A East.
No, we're not talking there. I'm talking about the lower classifications.
We'll talk about the 6A East.
Yeah.
And actually, that was a 2. That was a huge game right there.
Oh, man, we had huge games all over the place here. But first and foremost, let's get into our picks here. Throw that up there for me, guys, because it is, hey, it just is what it is, Got
that's not right.
Little 2-game cushion already.
Once again, that's
here
incorrect.
We go.
I'm telling you, that I don't agree with this.
Now, see, what tripped you up?
You're always
winning? Yeah, I know, exactly.
You're always padding the numbers. Once again, you're incorrect. I'm going to tell you this.
Man.
I'm giving you a break, letting you keep the tally, but I'm just not going to let you do it anymore.
I mean, we've got it on tape. We got it all here. But what got you was that 4A. I nailed the 4A, but then the 2A kind of got us both here. But anyways, we got plenty more to go. So there's plenty of time for you to catch up. But anyways, all right, let's get into this thing here. Let's check out the set. Well, let's talk about a little bit about the 7A, and then we'll get into the bracket here. A couple of games we want to take a look at. Cabot, Fayetteville. Boy, Cabot just kind of forgot about the playoffs.
I think they forgot about showing up. But this is all formality anyway. Bryant's already won the 7A. This is just for the second place trophy. This is just a formality.
Oh, mercy.
Formality division. So, hey, whoever, they're just fighting for second place. Bryant's already won this one.
Sure have here. A little surprised, though, at least at the outcome of this one. Well, not necessarily the outcome, but how big the margin was.
Yeah, it was. I thought Cabot had a shot, but they just didn't even show up in this one. And congratulations to Casey Dick and the Fayetteville Bulldogs.
Absolutely. So they're moving on here, and we'll get to this game here. Un momento here. Another interesting one this past week, though, was Van Buren and Catholic. Now, I really thought Catholic was going to steamroll.
I did too, but Van Buren's been playing a lot better, and I mentioned this last week too. They knocked off Bentonville West. They've gotten a little bit on the roll, so that was a big win for the Pointers.
They were feisty.
Van Buren's also dropping to 6A next year, so that was a good win for Van Buren. Crosby Tuck.
Well, Catholic ended up winning it.
I'm sorry, that's right, but Van Buren played well. Crosby Tuck has got a good team going for next year.
Absolutely. So watch out for the Pointers come 6A. They're going to be something, especially if they can play like this, like they were at the end of the year. I know you mentioned it.
Yep.
You got to feel for the Pointers, though. Big lead in this one, and then just coughed it up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I knew it was a big lead because, when I'm calling the game, you just kind of look at the scores now and then. But I don't know exactly what happened. But
I want to say they were up something like 27-7 in the second half, and then just Catholic. I mean, Catholic's been hot too, and they flexed on them a little bit. Ended up winning, I think, 34-27.
It was a real good matchup between the two.
It really was.
Both teams are very similar, so that's a tough loss for Van Buren.
Yeah, definitely one of those classic tale of two halves things where one team dominates.
Marty Houston, the play-by-play man for Van Buren, so he's out.
Yep, he is.
How about that?
He's out of here, so he'll have more time to do his actual job around the station up there in Northwest Arkansas. All right, let's take a look at the bracket. We do want to point out everybody's playing now. We're done with byes and all that stuff there. Let me just zoom in for you guys here up top. And let's take a look at this thing from the top down here.
Well, Bentonville's going to.
It's been a great run, Catholic.
Yeah, good job, Catholic. Good job knocking off Van Buren. Bentonville will move on.
Now, this next one here, kind of fascinating. This North Little Rock Harbor. Harbor's playing better.
I just think North Little Rock is going to be there. I don't see Harbor upsetting North Little Rock.
I agree with you there. I think this one's going to be kind of close, though. Obviously, again, we always look at these buys. They affect some teams differently.
I don't think it's going to affect North Little Rock. No, I don't see it.
Yep, I'm with you there. And then this, always seems these two end up playing a couple of times a year, even though they're not in the same conference.
And once again, it's just a formality. Bryant's already won the championship, and this is just another just a practice game for Fayetteville for next year.
A practice game.
So, Brian,
but I'm with you. I got Brian in that one. And let me pick first in this next one here, because I know you always like to use that as an excuse here. But this one is actually going to be quite fascinating here. You've got Conway going on the road, mind you. I'm actually going to go with them Wampus Cats in this one, but I really think this one is a coin flip. Bentonville West has kind of had a little bit of an up and down season. Still 2 seed out of the West, which kind of hard to imagine considering some of the close games and a couple of losses that they've had. But I'm going to go Wampus Cats.
I agree with you. Conway should win this game, but I will go with Bentonville West. I'm going to go with the home team, but it would not surprise me if Conway wins this one. I'm just thinking Bentonville West will get it together for this ball game.
All right, we'll see, though.
I thought Conway had some bad losses toward the end also.
Yeah, I think they did, too. I think they were kind of struggling a little bit, but maybe this is that time where they can finally get that second-round monkey off the back.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it works out here.
Right.
All right, let's get into the 6A here. Go ahead and get off of that there, guys. I got to find my stuff here. But a couple of games I want to get into with that one. Now, this was probably the doozy of the week.
Well, once again, the 6A is already over. It's for
oh, yes, that's right.
It's for second place. Greenwood's already won the 6A.
It is the formality here,
yeah,
but
it's the formality bowl right here for second place. This one's over. Greenwood, go ahead and order the rings.
Get your rings and everything.
This one's over.
But I do want to point out again, probably one of the games of the week, games of the year even, was this Pine Bluff Sheridan game. 4 overtimes in this one. I mean, this thing was just a doozy. Throw that up there for me, guys. We'll talk about some of these games real quick.
Sheridan has got a very good running game, and they'll just direct snap it, as you see right here. And they've done this all year. They kind of stubbed their toe at the end. They had 3 tough teams like Hamilton, Benton, and Greenwood.
Yeah.
But Sheridan's just been a tough team all season long.
They've been gritty.
Good to see Pine Bluff. They started out real slow, but they brought it on, and that's a big win right there.
No, that's huge for
the
Bluff.
That's a big win for the Zebras.
Absolutely here.
What's real interesting with Sheridan also, they've got a quarterback, Canterbury, that you'll see in a minute, just a sophomore. But when he comes in, you know he's going to throw it. Otherwise, Sheridan really doesn't pass much.
Yeah, absolutely. So it kind of makes things a little predictable on their end, which can be kind of a hindrance. But
that was a good Sheridan team. Lance Parker's done a great job with the Yellow Jackets. Had a lot of seniors on it, and had a great season for Sheridan. That's a tough loss. You did a good job at Pine Bluff. Man, I love overtime games.
Oh, man, especially when they go multi-overtime. Yeah. And you actually, if you were watching us live on Friday, that 9:30 show, I try to tell you guys here, it's as things are unfolding, you watch that one live happen. And I think what it was Pine Bluff had to score, hit the extra point to get the win. So,
yep.
Boom, they scored right through the uprights. There you go.
I love overtime games. Like I said, they're just so much
dramatic.
Fun, and these schools have been rivals for a long time.
Yep.
And, hey, that was a fun game.
That was a fun game. We'll talk about who they've got here next. Do want to talk about the Jay Laney Bowl here. Went just about as we thought, but it kind of didn't at the same time. This one was a little more of a dogfight. And there's something about Sylvan Hills in the playoffs, man. They show up a little bit.
Yeah, here's a real good run here early for Owen Miller, the sophomore for Lake Hamilton.
Yeah.
43-yard scamper down the left sidelines for the touchdown. But other than this, Sylvan Hills really dominated time of possession in the first half. They had a very tough break there right before half with a fumble at the goal line that probably changed the game.
Has kind of been their Achilles heel most of the year. I couldn't tell you how many times my brother, because he helps keep the stats out there. Shout out Kenny for the Bears. And, you know, I swear he probably texted me something like that. We fumbled within the 5.
Yep.
At least a dozen times this year is what it felt like.
Well, they also did it here right before half, 12 seconds to go, no timeouts. Went for it on third down, and they fumbled the football. Lake Hamilton recovered. There's a nice, I can't remember his name, Watson maybe, the fullback for Sylvan Hills.
Big dude right there.
He's a good runner. That tied it up right there, 7-7, this play right here. And there's your, I think there's your fumble right there.
There's the fumble.
There's the fumble. You can see the ball was stripped.
Oh, yeah.
And Lake Hamilton recovered. But if Sylvan Hills scores that one, they're going to go up at the half.
Yeah.
And they could have changed the game. But it was 7-7 at the half. Lake Hamilton holds on 14-7 and gets the victory.
Now, a lot of times, too, we talk about this as well. Some of these teams who may be heavily favored, not that we do point spreads or anything like that, but ones that we think are going to win solidly here, have a little adversity here against some teams that maybe they should handle a lot easier.
Hills, Coach Withrow is a good friend of both of ours.
Oh, yeah.
And, he did a great job last year in the playoffs, and he looked like he's about to pull another upset.
Playoff Jim, it's real.
Although I wouldn't really call it upset because when you watch the teams, I thought they're pretty well evenly matched.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I didn't think either team was better than the other. So
Okay.
that was a game that could have gone either way.
But when you see a little adversity in the first round, to me, it always seems to kind of work one way or the other.
Where it helps you a lot is I think it helps the team, especially if they're going to play a team that had a bye.
Yeah.
That's what we'll have to look at right
big
there
kicker
because
right
the
there.
team has already gotten over it.
Yeah.
And then the other team's sitting at home watching.
Thinking, oh, they struggled with so-and-so.
This is where the bye weeks can hurt a team.
Yeah, so watch out here.
Not that we're going to make a prediction coming up. But
No.
Just throwing that out there.
But we like to put that little caveat out there.
Yeah,
and again,
exactly.
it's like between the buys and just the fact that if you got a team that struggles or even you might see a little bit of an upset too, teams tend to get a little high on themselves after those buys here.
Yep.
All right, let's get into the bracket here. So we got a couple of buys to break down here. We mentioned Pine Bluff. Boom, they're taking on Searcy. Now, I'm going to be honest, this one got a little interesting.
It did get a little interesting, especially the way Pine Bluff won the game. Searcy, a very good team, but they're a very good team.
They are.
They should win this game. I will go with Searcy.
I'm with you there, but again, this is probably one where I wouldn't be incredibly stunned at the upset, especially if Pine Bluff can kind of get it rolling.
Yeah, they're in the same conference, 6A East. They know each other real well.
Yeah.
So I just think Searcy's going to win this one.
All right, another upset that we've got here, Siloam Springs.
Yeah, this is the biggest. I thought this was the biggest upset of the 6A. You had Siloam Springs go to Marion. Now, Siloam is 6th seed in the 6A West. I've seen this team play. They're
big dudes, man.
They're huge. I mean, probably one of the biggest teams in all the 6A. And they played everybody, generally speaking, everybody, including Greenwood, Lake Hamilton, real close at the half.
Sure did.
And they just kind of fell apart in the second half. I didn't really understand it. But they led Marion, even at the half, even the third, and won in the fourth quarter. They're a huge team, but it's over. Greenwood wins this one, is on their way to get a championship.
I'm with you here, but I'll be interested to see because we've seen Greenwood. I don't want to say struggle, but
they won't struggle.
They've had a tougher time in the past couple of playoffs than I think what we've been accustomed to.
Greenwood will not struggle in that game.
All right, they struggled a little bit. Sylvan Hills last year.
Well,
that was a team that
they will not
probably in a similar position.
They will not struggle in this game here.
All right, we'll see if Siloam Springs size can maybe cause some issues here. But this is an interesting one here. Is this Benton and Jonesboro?
This could be an upset of a 1 seed right here.
It could be.
If Jonesboro can get it together, they should. I mean, really, if you look on paper, Jonesboro should win this football game, in my opinion.
I would agree with that, yeah.
I mean, they should, but there's a difference between what you should do and what you do. I'll go with Benton.
Man, I would have to lean Benton because they are just playing out of their minds right now.
Exactly.
Now, this is one of those ones where I'd be interested to see how the bye works for or against them. Because, again, the team real hot coming in.
I think Brad Harris is too good a coach. He's not going to let his team lay an egg.
I don't say lay an egg, but maybe you always get into sort of the rest versus rust issue. I think, I don't know. I'll be interested to see. First quarter might be a little interesting.
Could be, but I'm going to stay with Benton.
So we'll see how Jonesboro is. I think if Jonesboro jumps out quickly, they got a shot. But I'm with you. I think Benton wins this one. And then this West Memphis Lake Hamilton game, man, this thing might last an hour and a half.
Well,
both teams like to run.
Well, the last game it was over at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about the 9:30 show for this one.
Last week, the Lake Hamilton Sylvan Hills game's over at 9. Hopefully this one will be early too, so I can get home quicker.
Yeah, because that's a nice little haul.
That's a big haul for me, and I'll set out this one because I do.
That is true. Yes.
I do the radio and the voice for.
You do the radio.
So I will set this game out.
I think the adversity will do Lake Hamilton some good. I'm actually going to pick the Wolves in this one. Because I think they're rolling, and again, West Memphis, I just don't have a whole lot of confidence in them. They've had some weird losses this year. They haven't really been dominant. I know they're the 2 seed out of that East. But this could be one of those teams where the bye might trip you up. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
Will be a good game. I look forward to going up there Friday.
All right, here. So those are the big dogs here. We've got the no bye 5. And we've got the 4A coming up here. So stay with us here. It's Feels Friday Underground.
Nobody does spicy chicken like Wendy's. And now, spicy nuggets are back. So all hail the queen of spice. That's right. And get a free 6-piece when you mobile order through the app. Nobody does spicy chicken like Wendy's. And now, spicy nuggets are back. So all hail the Queen of Spice. That's right. And get a free 6-piece when you mobile order through the app. Bring them back.
Fearless Friday Underground, Jay Bird, Lanny Beavers with you here like we always are. Let's get into this 5A because we've got, this one was just chaos. This bracket here, I'm telling you, this is why 5A is always one of my favorites here.
Yep.
Let's start with kind of the big, don't give it all away just yet there, guys. Let's get into some of these games here. The big one that I thought would be like the upset per se was going to be Maumelle, Texarkana.
Me too.
Woo, did we break that one?
Yeah, Razorbacks did a good job there. Maumelle, I don't know if they ever got off the bus in this game. Texarkana did a good job with this one. Actually, I thought Texarkana coming into the season would have been a very good team. They've struggled quite a bit.
They have.
They got it together against Maumelle.
Yeah, and I thought Maumelle with just a lot of the momentum they had.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they played both PA and Christian tough, for a half, and then just depth sort of took over in a lot of in those two games against them, and they ended up they never really got pasted by them, but they lost comfortably. And dang, Hornets let me down on that one.
Yeah.
We went to bat for you.
It's good to see the Razorbacks win a game this season.
Now that they don't have Clown Morris, as you like to call him.
That's right.
Oh, man. Head on over to hogville.net here for all that good coaching rumor stuff here.
There you go.
There you go. Another really big-time upset. I don't know if you really want to call it big time, but it was a 1v4, Morrilton knocking off the Blazers.
I called this one last week. I just knew, this is a game right here. Valley View had a great season.
They did.
Went undefeated, won their conference, yet they're new to it. It's not something they're used to, and usually you'll see a team fold in a game like this when they're playing a very tough opponent. Got a good quarterback at Morrilton, a D1 quarterback. I was not surprised that Morrilton won this game.
I was a little shocked, honestly. I know Valley View, boy, they could get up and down the field and just Morrilton locked them up. I mean, hats off. And again, that might be one of those deals where we talk about conference strength a little bit. Maybe we were misled, led astray, bamboozled, flat out lied to.
You may have been. I wasn't. I picked Morrilton.
I don't know. I got you down here for Valley View. So.
No, I picked Morrilton. That's part of what I'm talking about.
Go back to this. Well, I didn't get an advantage there.
You always put the wrong scores down.
Oh, okay.
Especially the ones I lose.
All right. Another one that we saw here, and again, this was one that we tried to warn y'all about, that South really wasn't as big a deal as we thought here. Whitehall.
Oh, man.
Going and getting it.
How about this one?
We try to tell y'all. Now, we both picked Lakeside in this one, but we were weary of it.
Yeah, I didn't feel good about it.
No, not at all.
I never felt good about Lakeside winning any playoff game. How about this? You win your conference. You play the final regular season. You knock off your rival, Hot Springs. You get a conference home game, and then you get Mercy Real 35-0 in the first round by Whitehall.
By the 4 seed.
Wow. Oh. Man, that was tough right there.
Man, oh, man. And they were just, I'm telling you, when I saw that one, I was kind of floored. Not at the city sort of loss, but like you said, just the margin. Like, man, they got pasted.
We both mentioned that Whitehall would be a tough out.
Right.
I just didn't realize Lakeside get Mercy Reeled at home.
Yeah, I really thought they were a better team. And offensively, they are pretty explosive. So we figured, this could be a little bit of a shootout. I think Whitehall defensively was a little better despite being that 4 seed. But here we are. And, man, that one was wild.
Big win for Coach Bowling and the Whitehall Bulldogs.
Absolutely. Speaking of win, taking on Bologna, another doozy of a game. This one also went overtime, I believe. And this one was just a back-and-forth affair here. Hey, hats off Bologna. I really thought that they would have gotten mercy ruled, but boy, Bologna hung tough. But also, too, big-time win for Wynn to go on the road, got things moving. I think they looked to more the Wynn of old.
Yeah, I really thought Wynn would actually win bigger. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Bologna hung pretty tough.
Yeah, they did. They did a very good job.
And again, went to OT and Yeah, and you can see this one unfold too.
Man, when you go to overtime though, you almost always if you got a team that can pass and throw,
Oh, yeah.
Well, the same thing, pass and runs, what I meant to say. Generally speaking, that team's going to win the ball game, but they're mostly a running team. That was a big win for them in overtime.
Absolutely here.
Because it's tough to stop a team that passes well in overtime.
And it's tough to go on the road, even in the playoffs. So despite, all the stuff that we say about.
There's a big.
That's a big play.
This is a big play right here. Does he score? I don't think he does. I think it's a great call. It's a touchback.
Losing possession, you get the fumble out of the end zone.
Does not recover. That is a definite touchback. He did not score. And
tough break.
That's a tough break right there.
Probably a difference in things right there.
Mm-hmm. That's the type of play you get to think about during basketball season.
Oh, mercy. Those are the ones that hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into the bracket here. We tried to tell you guys about this second round game here. We got it. PAV
This is going to be
Pulaski Academy.
This is going to be one of the toughest matchups I've ever seen in the second round. I think we may have had one last year.
Oh, this is a championship level game in the second round, and
wow.
this is unfortunate.
Right there at Harrison. Harrison's the type of team that can really give Pulaski Academy fits. They're big. They can get in the backfield against and really mess up the passing plays of Pulaski Academy. I'm curious who you're going to pick, but I'll pick Pulaski Academy. On the road, I will pick a road dog here, PA. I know it's a shock for most people.
I know, right?
But I will go with Pulaski Academy.
I'm going to go with the Gobs here. Now,
it's not a bad pick because either one.
Well, I mean, this thing's
not
such
only
a coin
could
flip.
either one of these teams win, but also I think the winner of this game is in War Memorial.
Yep, considering, they got Morrilton or Texarkana on the horizon there, and I think both of those teams could beat either of those two. So, I'm with you there. I think this breaks my heart almost. But again, going with the Gobs.
That's the game you want to go. You need to tell Wes you want to go to this game.
I think this is one I'm going to. So get ready, Harrison. I'm making a big-time road trip up that way. We had Tyler actually go up there earlier in the year, and I want to say it was, I forget who the opponent was, but we've been up there before, so we are coming back. I'm lobbying for this one. There's a lot of good ones, though, in that 4 and 3A, but this one right here, I might not get home till the next day. I'm just going to have to go ahead and get a room up in Branson, up that way.
Don't be a wimp. I'll be coming back from West Memphis Friday night. You can come back from Harrison. Don't show your true colors there, Jay.
All right, so let's move on down here. Now, this Morrilton Texarkana game just got really interesting, too, because, again, these are a couple teams we both didn't pick.
Nope.
But both teams have kind of had seesaw seasons, but
I'll go with Morrilton in this one. I just think Morrilton's a stronger team, and now
it's in Texarkana, mind you.
Doesn't matter. I'll go with Morrilton all the way. That's irrelevant to me.
All right, I'm with you. I think Morrilton's got a little more momentum. I think they're better than that 4 seed. Is what I really think. So I'm with you there. I would have to agree with that. Now, had a couple more upsets here at the bottom half. Well, obviously we talked about Whitehall, but also Alma going to Forest City. Now that one,
I didn't see that one.
A, that's a drive, and then B,
I thought the Mustangs would win this game. This is going to be a tough game right here. It's going to be at Whitehall. The upper team is we talked about that.
Well, I thought it was the higher seed would host, and if they were tied, then it's the top team. So this one's in Alma. They're the 3.
This will be a tough game right here. I don't know much about Alma. I haven't seen them. I've seen Whitehall before.
Yeah. Well,
that's a coin flip.
It really is.
I'm going to stay on the Bobby Bolden bandwagon.
Ooh,
and
look at him.
Take the Bulldogs of Whitehall.
There you go. This one's tough because I've always been kind of a fan of Alma. Whitehall, oh man. I'm going to go Alma.
I'll tell you this, Whitehall's a very big team. That's one thing they did about Lakeside. They dominated the line of scrimmage. They're the type of team that can really cause you problems. Plus, they got a lot of speed.
They do have some speed. I think Alma is one of those too. They've been here a long time. Now, Whitehall, kind of like we talked with Valley View, a little newer to the dance now. I know they got Coach Boulding out there, but a lot of times for these players, it's, of course, knocking off a 1 seed. Who knows? So we'll see. But those are a couple of big wins by both those teams.
I think that was an overrated 1 seed, though, with Lakeside.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you there. But I think Alma had the better win, so we'll see how it goes out here. And then obviously Little Rock Christian and Wynn.
Little Rock Christian.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. All right, short and sweet there in the last little part there.
Yep.
All right, let's get into this 4A here because, man, we had some doozies here. Bauxite Dardanelle really thought this one was going to be closer. And I talked to a lot of people out there in Dardanelle, and they were even a little nervous about things.
I thought Bauxite had a shot to win this one. And maybe they just got beat up so bad toward the end of the season when they had to play the powerhouses of this.
They did, yeah. And
4-7A, and maybe that's what happened. The Sand Lizards with the big win.
And two, now this one was tied late in the second quarter. You're thinking, okay, this will probably go in tied at the half, or Dardanelle could have a little drive here. And then great pass here too, by the way. That put them up 14-7. But then, man, it just came unglued for Bauxite. This was literally the next play from scrimmage. Boom, you get picked off. They went down, scored. And then Bauxite turned around and fumbled. So the snowball really got rolling for them. And Dardanelle's a good team. And they just didn't cough up the lead. It was kind of tough to watch because I thought Bauxite was better. And not to say that they were bad, but just had a bad night. A couple little things don't go your way. And
that's why.
And some of the emotions got a little out of control there, too, for Bauxite as well. And
it happens sometime, but the thing about it is you lose. It's basketball season.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how good Bauxite is at hoops either. So we'll have
basketball start rolling out there on Saturday mornings.
Let's go here. Let's go. But big win there for Dardanelle. They go from one 4A7 team to another. Go figure that. We'll talk about that here a little more in just a second. P Ridge, another one of these teams we haven't really talked much about. They've
come on strong.
Sure have.
They've been very strong toward the end of the season. Had a very close loss to Shiloh Christian for the conference championship.
Absolutely. So this one here, whoo, man, P Ridge, watch out for them here. Not that we both had them picked in that one. They were going against Lone Oak.
Yeah.
Having to host Lone Oak at that.
P Ridge is going to be a tough out.
Yep, sure is. And they've got kind of no disrespect or anything, but they've got a nice little setup going here. Again, we'll get into some of this bracket stuff here in a minute here. Gentry and CAC, another one of these close seedings. It was a 3v3. You know, Gentry trying to bust out all the tricks there.
How about the hook and lateral?
How about it? Let's go.
Hook and lateral.
We had to explain to one of our guys here. It was the hook and lateral. I know everybody calls it the hook and ladder just because that's the way it rolls off the tongue, but that's what the ladder is. The ladder is the lateral. He didn't really understand that concept. We were just like, man, how do you not get that here?
Yep.
But this is actually a pretty good one right here. Both teams.
There's a high snap.
Ooh, boy, watch out for that one. But both teams kind of showing that they're
job.
3 seeds. Yeah, recovered well.
Good job to be able to get the punt off. Yeah.
Yeah, and then make something out of it here by Gentry. But, man, Gentry comes up just short in this one. CAC with the big win. We'll talk about them here again. And then we've got Prairie Grove and Hamburg. This one I thought was going to be.
This one really shocked me right there. But when you throw a bad interception for a pick six, that will do it.
In your own end zone, basically,
That's
too.
not a good deal. I thought Prairie Grove would win this one. But
well, you picked Hamburg, so.
Yeah.
But I thought, too, this was one of those upset alerts.
Yeah, that's what I meant is Hamburg. It's a big win for them. Prairie Grove not as strong as they've been in the past.
No, not at all.
That was, I think we also talked about this. That may have been the longest bus ride. That was a haul right there.
Man, I'm telling you, that's
a haul.
That's a ways and a half here.
And you're talking about going from northwest Arkansas all the way to south central Arkansas, or maybe southwest Arkansas. That's not easy to get to.
Not at all. That's a long day right there. But hey, Hamburg hosted it. Let's go. They've got West Side on the horizon here. All right, let's get into the bracket here. We're going to start up there in the left corner and kind of work our way down and kind of like an N, backwards in here. All right, so you got Crossit coming off that bye, taking on Gosnell. Woo! It'll be interesting to see. Well, I think I've got Crossit in this one.
I've got Gosnell. I think the bye will hurt Crossit, and I think Gosnell getting by Mena last week. I'm going to go with Gosnell.
All right, here. Now, here was one I was talking about here. There's the 5v1 Riverview going down to DeWitt.
It won't matter. Arkadelphia will win this one.
Yeah, that's true there. But
it wouldn't matter if it was Riverview or DeWitt. Arkadelphia advances.
Absolutely. But, hey, hats off DeWitt. Go out there, do your thing. Shock the world. I'm a big Badger fan, but I'm rooting for you, DeWitt. But I'm not feeling it, though. And then, sorry, guys.
Shiloh wins this one.
Shiloh, Pocahontas.
Yeah, it's over, Shiloh. Nashville will knock off
Dardanelle, them Sand Lizards. I'm with you on that one. So, yeah, man, that's unfortunate for Dardanelle to have to play 4A7s back-to-back like that.
Yeah, well, Nashville's a lot stronger team than Bauxite.
A little tougher than the miners out there.
Yep.
All right, let's move it on up to the top right corner. Got Jonesboro West Side on the horizon there for Hamburg. I don't think the bye necessarily hurts West Side here, so I'm going to go Warriors in this one.
Yeah, it's tough to go against them. I'll go with Jonesboro. That's another bus ride there. I mean,
Sure is.
I mean, you're going to go far northeast, and that's going to be a tough one.
Woo, man, Hamburg, they racking up the frequent miles right there. Robinson.
Yeah, Robinson, I don't think CAC will do very well against Robinson. That's a tough match for CAC. There's no doubt about that.
Now, this one's actually kind of fascinating here. This one coming up, this Ozark-Warren game. We always try to tell y'all about Warren. Ozark has been up there most of the year.
Ozark's been playing some good football. This could go not either way. I think Warren's going to win it. If Ozark does play them tight or gets a slight victory, don't be surprised. But yeah. I'm going to go with the Lumberjacks.
Oh, man, it's hard for me to pick against Warren. Yeah, it's hard for me to pick against Warren in the playoffs. But I agree with that sentiment. I think if Ozark does win, don't be incredibly surprised. And we were talking about Pea Ridge getting a nice setup here. Talking about another big-time upset. Star City knocking off Southside. How about that one? Good
win for Coach Farine. Basketball season, Pea Ridge wins this one.
Yep, I'm with you there. I think Pea Ridge, the way they're playing right now, they're hot. Star City kind of got their big win. It'll be interesting. Boy, you want to talk about another bus ride there. Whew. Star City all the way up on Pea Ridge.
That's pretty good haul.
Man,
Southeast all the way northwest.
Golly. All right. We got the 3A, we got the 2A to break down here coming up. Take a breath with us here. Stick around. It's Fearless Friday Underground.
Nobody does spicy chicken like Wendy's. And now, spicy nuggets are back. So all hail the Queen of Spice. That's right. And get a free 6-piece when you mobile order through the app. Bring them back. Nobody does spicy chicken like Wendy's. And now, spicy nuggets are back. So all hail the Queen of Spice. That's right. And get a free 6-piece when you mobile order through the app.
Fearless Friday Underground. Let's get into this 3A here. We got a couple of games here to talk about here. Mansfield, Camden Harmony Grove. How about this one here? Camden Harmony Grove just flexing on them, doing what they do. Big time win for them.
Yeah, not a big surprise there. That was a tough matchup for Mansfield. They just don't have the quickness and quite the size that Camden Harmony Grove does. Hey, Mansfield, they had a good season though. There's nothing to be upset about that.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst out there in the world. So hey, but Camden Harmony Grove again, one of these teams that we've had up in our top 5 all year, and obviously there's a good reason for that. So,
for those that don't know, Mansfield is just north of, just south of Fort Smith. That's what I'm trying to say on Highway 71.
Ooh-wee. So good haul there here. Also, Walnut Ridge, Glen Rose. Glen Rose, man, I've been trying to tell you all about the Beavs.
Yeah, Glen Rose is a tough out. No real surprise right there.
Yep. All right, so let's get into the bracket here. Now we've had a little technical difficulties here with this one, but we're gonna grind through it nonetheless here because it's what we do here on Fearless Friday Underground. Y'all just give me just a half a second here to get this thing up and going here, and then we will look into things. Anyways, again, we're gonna start up in the top left. We'll work our way down as soon as I can get this thing up and running here. There we go. All right, so going the wrong way here, guys. Help me out with this one, guys. Blow it up for me here. Now we don't have the teams filled in here for you here, but we're going to tell you what's going on. So Boonville on that bye, taking on Hoxie in this one.
Not Boonville, the Bearcats, a very good team. No big surprise right there.
State champs, so it's going to be tough. And it's going to be tough to pick against them.
It's tough to beat a defending state champ.
Absolutely here. Prescott, big win over Charleston. We kind of both predicted that one, even though there's a lot of history there in Charleston. And then how about Pine Bluff Dollarway coming through and got the win?
Good to see Dollarway coming back. But Prescott will win this one.
I'm with you there. But I think Dollarway could probably sneakily give Prescott a game.
Yep.
And I think that one's going to be real fascinating to watch here.
Yep.
Harding Academy flexing over Genoa. Newport solid over Yellville Summit.
Not a big surprise there. This is going to be a very good game. Now, can Newport stop the passing game with Harding Academy? That's the kicker right there. Can they stop it? I don't think they do. I'll go with Harding Academy.
I agree with you wholeheartedly here. But I think Newport, boy, they're one of those teams that they mess with these passing teams because they lay some wood traditionally. Those are always some heavy hitters. Every time I've watched them over the years, man, they've got dudes that will lick.
Yep.
And I love watching the Greyhounds play in this one here.
Atkins and McGee's coming up.
Oh, now that one's pretty interesting.
I think that could go either.
Boy,
that's a tough matchup. I'm going to go with the road dog. I'm going to go with McGehee. I'm going to go with McGehee.
Gosh, I was hoping you'd go Atkins.
Well, you pick who you want.
I wanted to pick McGee. And
well, go ahead and pick them. You pick who you want.
I'm picking McGee, but I'm with you. I think Atkins, man, they've got that kid who's, I mean, he's like all of 6'12". Well, he's a big dude.
Well, that'd be 7 foot then.
I know, yeah. That's that public school education for you. But
that's that Seven Hills education.
That's right. They don't let me down out there. Mu Alpha Theta, shout out. But yeah, they.
Well, who did you pick? I never understood.
I picked the Owls. I've always been a big Owl fan.
You're not gonna pick the Red Devils?
No, not this time. Although great atmosphere out there, and they're actually hosting this one, so this one will be pretty live out there, and it gets cold out there. But it's really one of those nice picturesque stadiums. They got the big hills right under their stadium. It's kind of got.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Atkins.
I was fixing because there's no hills.
No,
in
not McGee.
I thought you were talking about McGee.
You got fields in McGee.
Well, there's no hills. The only hill in McGee is the bridge going over 65.
Yeah, exactly. But that's a nice little hall there too. But no, I got the roadie in that one as well.
I do too.
But
I do too.
Man, that's really a coin flip. And it depends on which Atkins team shows up in this one here. All right. Top right here, Osceola taking on Greenland. I think the Knowles.
Osceola, and those win this one.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And then we've got Glen Rose and Melbourne coming through with a mild upset.
Yeah, I would say it's a mild upset, but I'll go with the Beavers.
I'd have to go with the Beavs as well, just because they know I love them out there. But that's a nice win over Center Point for Melbourne, the Bearcats.
Yep.
With a Z.
Z. Got a
that's
Z.
Right.
Got no S.
Got the Z in there, but I will be kind of interested in that one. I think that's one we're kicking around going out to. We haven't got it figured out as of taping here, but that's one we're going to get to here. Another interesting game here, Risen and Lamar.
Risen. Okay,
simple as that. I was thinking we can get a little more debate out of that one.
No.
Now here's a good one here. You got Camden Harmony Grove and Clinton.
I'm going to go with Clinton.
Wow. I thought you were a Camden guy for sure. But
I liked them, but I'm going to go with Clinton.
I'm with you. They've got those twins out there at Clinton. Their names escape me as of right now, but they're a team too. They play both. They play hard in Clinton. Not that Camden Harmony Grove doesn't, but that's a tough matchup right there. Well, that's another one of those ones, man. If it goes either way,
both two seeds, so you know they're good, but they're both good football teams.
Absolutely here. So we'll see how that one goes. All right, let's get into the 2A here. Got a few games to talk about here. Hampton Hazen. Kind of doing what Hazen does. They looked real good. They flexed on them. Hey, maybe they've kind of gotten back into a little bit of a groove. They had a couple little hiccups there in the middle of the season. Lost to Desark, but then didn't look great in a couple other games. But now they seem to kind of got this thing rolling again. What you think about Hazen?
Well, they did have some bad games earlier in the season. There's no doubt about that. But it's how you finish is the key.
True that.
And we always talk about don't ever look at the non-conference records earlier in the season.
Stray from it.
You got to see what happens toward the end of the season, and that's what pays off right here.
There you go. And Hazen is right now paying the bills here. England Carlisle getting a big dub there again. I tried to tell you about that 2A6. That's a nasty conference. They've played each other for a long time, and they don't like each other, and they play hard.
I like the Bison all the way going in this game. And I just thought they were just a better team. Nothing against England, but I just thought they were.
Yeah, this isn't the England that we've known from a few years back where, boy, they were whipping it all over the field for a 2A school to be throwing it around the way they did.
Well, when you got a 6'8" receiver, it made a big difference.
Tends to help things out a little bit.
Absolutely.
Plus, Hazen, too, going back to them, they've got that one big boy. His name, I'm just terrible with names here, but, man, he's a big dude. Plays tight end, plays some defensive end for him. Nasty player here.
Yep.
And then Foreman, one of the big favorites coming into this one. Yeah, one of the favorites.
No surprise whatsoever. Foreman is a very good team. And they really, if you'll recall, Foreman really came on strong last year.
Yeah.
And they just.
And I'd even say maybe the year before that, you could start to see like this is.
They're starting to come
what's
on.
going to be a couple of year run for them at least.
Good pass right there. And we talked about this. If you can pass and run, especially in the 2A, you got players that can do that. It really makes a huge difference because both teams are playing both ways. It's so hard to cover wide receivers.
Oh, yeah, and just like you said, the concept of going back and forth. Now, if you've got a couple of good running teams, you can lock down a run, and you have a lot of beefy dudes down there. But when you can get it flinging around.
When you're throwing it all over the field and you're trying to cover that, man, you can get winded so easily.
Oh, yeah, it's a good time out there.
Yep.
All right, let's get into the bracket here. We've got this one filled in for you here so you can follow along a little bit easier here. But Junction City awaiting a little bit of a mild upset here in Hector.
Well,
you nailed that one.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and take Junction City, the Dragons, in this game.
Ooh, bold pick right there. I like where your head's at here.
This next game just really fascinates me.
Really?
It does, because Mountainburg has just been a thorn lately.
They have. And then getting a big win over there against Murfreesboro.
I thought that was a big win, but they've just been kind of a thorn toward everybody. I want to kind of pick a mild upset, but I can't yet. I'll stay with Desark, but watch Mountainburg in this game.
Yeah, watch out for them. Desark, though, boy, they're playing strong.
Very good.
Coach Pass got them out there motoring.
Man,
this one's real fascinating, too, this Magnet Cove and McCrory.
I'm going to go with the road dog, McCrory.
Oh, I like where your head is. I liked McCrory as well, but that one truly a coin flip in this one. I think this one's going to be interesting. Both coming off five seed wins, so can't really say much about the opponents there, but here you go. Now Dirks, depending on where you're at in the state, with a big upset there against Hackett. I thought Hackett had a chance maybe against Gurdon.
Yeah.
I don't think Dirks does, but I thought that last week, and here we are. But I'm going to stick with the Go Devils myself.
Yep, absolutely, Go Devils all the way.
All right. Watch out for Gurdon. They've got the potential to make a nice run here, at least to the semifinals in this one.
They certainly do.
All right, let's go back up to the top right. There you go. Salem on that bye, taking on Parker's Chapel. Now, this would be one that I would put on upset alert.
Yeah, I would
Parker's Chapel is a good team.
They're a good team.
They play in that same conference there with Fordyce and Junction.
They do, because they're down there around El Dorado.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay with Salem, but that's going to be tough. Obviously, the next one, I've got Foreman in this one.
Yeah, I think Foreman, them Gators, chomp. They just a little too much here.
Well, this is a tough matchup here for Magazine coming up.
Man, that's unfortunate for them.
I got to go with the Red Bugs.
I got to go Fordyce as well in this one.
I don't think anybody's going to have Magazine.
They're one of those ones where they run the ball, they can pass the ball, and they've got athletes everywhere.
How about Earl again?
Hazen Earl, how about that? Man, we'll do it a second time here. I think Hazen gets them again.
I do too.
But hey, big win there for Earl, knocking off Mountain Pine.
Yep.
Man, that's huge for them.
Certainly is.
We'll see which Earl team shows up. If it's that Earl team that showed up earlier in the year against Hazen, this one will be done by 9 o'clock.
Yep.
You get the Earl team that maybe played Mountain Pine there, watch out now.
Yep.
All right. So there you go.
Great football throughout the state.
Absolutely.
Go out and watch some high school football. Don't forget, all the scores are live right there. The #1 scoreboard for all high school football is right here at fearlessfriday.com.
It is. Why would you go anywhere else?
There is no reason to go anywhere else because they take our scores anyhow.
Exactly.
Just click on the scoreboard and watch those scores come in. And that's exactly what I was doing last week.
That's what he was doing.
Totally shocked at what the Whitehall did to Lakeside.
Oh,
that's
man.
one of the games that really surprised me.
Yeah.
A couple other surprises. I was real surprised with the road teams winning last week.
Yeah, I was. We picked a lot of home teams.
Certainly did, but hey, go out and watch football this Friday.
Absolutely. There's I want to say it's a lot better matchups this week, but we had a lot of upsets last week, so, the chaos will ensue.
Do we give out the Fearless Friday trophies now to Greenwood and Bryan, or are we just going to wait?
I think Lanny's just giving them out. I think you're just the one giving them out here so far. I am of the sound astute mind here in the playoffs. Anything can happen.
Okay.
But we'll see. But I like both. Bryant, maybe we can probably give him to Bryant a little bit, but Greenwood, I want to hold off on Greenwood just a week or two here.
All right.
But again, there you go. You see it right there. Get the Fearless Friday app in the App Store, Google Play, all that good stuff. Again, let me mention the desktop version. If you're out there in the stands, your team's winning, who we're going to play in the next round, you can just get on there.
Yeah. And send the scores in too. ffscores@gmail.com. Post them on Fearless Friday, but make sure you send in those scores, please.
because we are of the people, and that's what we do here.
Scores@gmail.com.
There you go. And also make sure you tune in Fox 16 News Friday night, 9:30. Again, I can't stress that 9:30 show enough. We saw Pine Bluff win in overtime live as it happened.
What a game over Sheridan.
I'm telling you. So you're going to see a lot of these kinds of things coming up here. Again, I'm going to be at PA Harrison. You could have some action going on during the 9:30 show for that.
It'd probably be.
It might just be getting to halftime at 9:30.
Yeah, that's what I say. That may be halftime.
Yeah, so I'm in for a long night, that's for sure.
I think at 9:30 I'll be on the vehicle coming back.
Yeah, you're going to have a quick one out there. They like to run.
Yeah, Crittenden County, I'll be out of there by 9:30 probably.
You might be home by that time. Oh, man. It's going to be a long night for Jay, that's for sure here. But again, that 9:30 show, as things are happening, we'll keep you updated on things. 10:30, we're going to have a full statewide wrap-up. Got a lot of our partners, so big shouts out to all of our guys out there that help us out to bring everything to you guys. So, again, get your picks in online. Brackets are updated, except for that 3A. We'll make sure we get that, though, ASAP here. And, again, get the Fearless Friday app, desktop version, all that good stuff here. All right, for Lanny Beavers, I am Jay Burr. Week 2 of the playoffs. We'll see you guys next week.